What up, what up, what up, what up? It's dark out here, so you probably can't see me. I'm gonna turn this headlamp on. But we doing a thermostat replacement on a 2009 Ford Focus. And I just wanna run through the steps because I saw a bunch of videos on YouTube. I saw a couple of them. So one guy, I think all he did was take out the thermostat without doing the power steering pump. And then another guy, he took out the power steering pump. So you can save yourself some time by just taking out the reservoir for the power steering. So you don't have to take out the power steering pump entirely, but just take out the reservoir and you should be able to get it really easy. So see, it goes in like that right there. And there's only, you got two 10mm, so it sits like that, right? So you don't have to take off the belt, anything like that. Just take off this reservoir. And all you're gonna do is take out these two 10mm bolts, which are right there and right there. There's two 10s, and then you got your line on the bottom. Just take that out. See, my plan was to take out the power steering pump just to give me easy access, but I took the reservoir off, and then I was like, man, this is pretty easy to get. So once you take that off, there's your line. You got a little electrical connector that goes to, that's a little sensor right here. I just took that off just to give me some room. And then you got another electrical connector right here. Actually, this is the one that goes right there. This one goes to, it was sitting, there's like a little clamp sitting on top of the power steering pump, the old one, which is this one. There's like a little clamp holding this, and then the other half of it is down here. Let's see if I can pull it up right here. So I just took that apart just so I didn't damage it. But once I did that, I went ahead and just took out the 3 bolts. So it sits in there like this, right? You get those 3 bolts, they're 8mm, real easy with an extension like that and an 8mm. And you got 2 on the top, 1 on the bottom. Take those off, and then you can get your hoses off. I used the cable clamp like that, but when I took it off, I noticed that the new part came with a sensor and the old one doesn't. But I just, verified with a customer that we're gonna go ahead and put this one in, and it doesn't make a difference. Now, if you got a sensor on your part, and then the new part is gonna have to have that sensor, but it's not gonna matter. If you don't have the sensor, you can still use this part. The only downfall or downside to this part versus this one is that there's an O-ring in there, and that could possibly leak later on. But it's, as far as the thermostat itself, it's going to be fine. You can see what happened here on the old one. That's why it failed right there. But going back in, just make sure that you clean up down here, and you can see where the bolts are located. If I get you a better light right there. Now, if you can't, another thing, you can look right down here, and you can see the bolts through this hole also. So I would just go in, make sure you do it, tighten it down by hand before you use your ratchet or anything, because that's an aluminum block and you don't want to strip it. And put your bottom hose on, put your top hose on, and electrical connectors, and then put your reservoir back on. You're done. But you ain't got to take out the power steering pump. Just take the reservoir off. It's a 09 Ford Focus thermostat.